I'm so tired of listening to all this sad stuff about these kids getting snatched up and stuff. Parents, you gotta step up. You gotta talk to your kids. Don't scare them, make them aware. I'm gonna tell you a couple tips, the things that I used to do. Now, you choose to do whatever you wanna do. But when my kids were growing up, I had what you call weekly meetings, and we were able to talk about anything during those meetings. I don't care if it was bullying, if it was sets, they can ask me any questions, they can tell me anything, and I could not discipline them. Ooh. And that means whether somebody offered them drugs, whether they done drugs, whether they had sex, whether they were wanting to have sex, anything that we did during that weekly meeting could not be disclosed afterwards. I couldn't discipline them for it, so even if they got high, I could whoop them. Even if they had sex, you know, it's good that you keep the lines open, especially with your teenagers. You got to do things where it's age appropriate, of course. Don't go talking about sex to a 3-year-old and like they get intimate or something like that. So, but you got to make time and you got to make them aware. Second, when my kids were growing up, I had what you call codes. Me and my kids, all four of us were the only one with these codes. I don't care what was going on, how important it was, if somebody came to the school, whether it was family, friends, whatever. If I did not tell you they were coming, you were not to go with them. You were to ask them the code. If they did not have the code, you couldn't go with them. You have to talk to me first. You understand what I'm saying? First. I don't care if it's family, whatever. Family get into it. Family abduct kids all the time. So we had a code. And to this very day, we still have that same code. If I were to call the house, if they were going through something, if somebody was holding them hostage, making them say something, they are to say this code. It's not something that we use in our daily language, but it's something that makes sense to us if we were in trouble and we needed to let each other know, hey, somebody's at this house. Don't come here unless you got backup or you about to demo because something is going on. You understand what I'm saying? Next, test your kids. That means if they in a store or anything, you got to make sure that they are gripping the concept of how serious things can get. So tell them to be still. Go in eye view. Have a friend that you trust. Go up to them, ask them questions, and tell them to come with them. See how they react to things. That's very important because if shit get real, you want to know that they are able and strong enough to resist candy, whatever their heart desires, whether it's a game system, whatever that person is trying to manipulate them to do to get them to go with them when you're not present. You need to know that whatever you're teaching them is working. Next, stop sending these babies to the bus stops by themselves. Get an adult, get a neighbor. Y'all take turns standing on that dang on bus stop. Quit being so lazy. Smoke your blunt, whatever you got to do. Get your butt on that bus stop with these babies. Don't assume because it's 4 or 5 of them, they don't be paying no attention. They be up on that bus stop. I see kids all the time playing one child down the street because the rest of the kids mad of her. So she's sitting by herself. It takes 2 minutes for somebody to yank her up. What the other kids gonna do? Keep your kids in hands reach when they walking. Don't let them be walking they all the way at the corner. You looking at your phone, then you look up and don't know where she at because she done went around the corner and now she done got her butt snatched up. You understand what I'm saying? So, next. Talk to your kids about bad touch, good touch. You know what I'm saying? Tell them that belongs to them. Nobody is to touch it. I don't care who they are. Once they get a certain age, daddy should not be in there bathing them. You either, for that matter. Yeah, you can watch and make sure they doing what they doing, but respect that those are their personal parts. And make and demand. I didn't allow my kids to go places when they were young. I kept a house full of kids, and my babies on my timeline will let you know. I ran a tight ship. I don't care who child you is. I'm not calling no parents. I'm teaching you just like I teach my other kids. Whatever's going on in my house, you will be doing chores, anything for the weekend. You will be responsible when you came to my house. And that's how the parents have to be. The parents ain't like they used to be. You dig what I'm saying? So now you got to step up to this new millennium and still go strong. That means with your teenagers, if they go into these teenage parties, tell them don't be drinking after no dude just because he cute, she crushing on him. Don't leave in the car with him. Go with who you supposed to go with. Back in the day, I dropped my kids off and picked them up, and I had to meet parents. That was just me. You better get off your high horse and go do it. If you and your boo thing got to go pick them up and drop them off. Know where your child is. Don't put your drink down. Allow them to either have their partners watching their drinks or either get a new one every time they go sit down. Because I know they like to dance. That's the new thing. Okay. Now, let's talk about these cell phones. Y'all giving these kids cell phones. Why does an 8-year-old need a cell phone? What the hell is they doing with cell phones? I don't understand it. Then y'all make the excuse, oh, something could happen. No, it's a distraction. All these kids walking down the streets looking at their cell phone. You don't know who's in the cars. You don't know who's walking behind you because you walking and texting. And then y'all got these headbuds in because you want to dance and stuff. Well, you can't hear nothing. If somebody run up behind you, you can't hear nothing. At least leave one earbud in and leave it at a nice tone. Tell your kids, stress this to your kids. Stop texting and walking. You don't know who's following you, who's watching you, who's in the car. You should be able to walk down the street and tell your mother, oh, I seen a man in a red car down there. He was texting on his phone. I seen a woman and they was getting high in the car. You should be able to observe and tell your mother anything. Tell her what street you at and everything. You don't know none of that because you stay damn near bumping into everybody because you looking down when you texting. And you walking. You couldn't possibly be observant to your surroundings. Anybody. These trucks are riding around, they saying, take every bit of 1 minute for you not to be paying no attention. Next thing you know, somebody got their hands around your child's mouth and they can't even scream for help. You get what I'm saying? Now, let me see. Parents, learn your children's personalities. If they tell you they want to stop, I don't care if you're going to the club. I don't care if you got 2-3 jobs trying to make ends meet. You talk to them on the way to work. Give them that 5 minutes or whatever they need to tell you, because you never know how important it is. Listen to your child. Don't scare them. Make them aware how serious and how sick people is out here. I don't care who it is, whether it's their daddy, brother, cousin, sister, whoever it is. I didn't let my kids go over people's house, as I stated before. I kept my kids at home. But if you're going to send them somewhere, at least put them on game. If something is uncomfortable to them, call you ASAP. You dig what I'm saying? Say that code. That's where that code comes in. That means get up, go get your baby. I don't give a hell what you doing. Stop what you doing because she done told you that code. It's got to be something wrong. Maybe she can't talk. That's the purpose of the code. To let you know, I am in danger. I need you right now. Don't think anything that they tell you is too minor. Don't overlook it. Oh, baby, you just know. Take it seriously. If your intuition can tell you certain things, then that means a child, if they feeling some type of way, something might be wrong or about to go wrong. Back in the day, I had somebody rape me that I knew, that I thought I knew. He was a friend of a friend. So things can happen very quickly, and it can escalate and get real ugly real quick. You have to tell your babies how serious it is out here. It's breaking my heart that all these babies is getting kidnapped and they getting raped and they getting molested and then they getting kidnapped and some of them are even getting sent home. They're not even getting killed and they have to deal with this pain and agony and stuff for the rest of their life, and you don't know until you are a child that has gotten raped, beat, kidnapped, and got sent back home. You really don't know what the impact of it is on for the rest of your life. You don't want that for your child. You could have did some of these simple things like protecting your kids. Tell them these things. Don't scare them. Make them aware. And that means today, I said today, take time out. Now you're always making stuff go viral. You make this go viral. You understand what I'm saying? Protect our babies. You a parent. They look forward to you. Even if it's another parent doing something, that's where those codes come in. Don't tell your mate what the code is. That code is for you and your kids only. Now I love you and I love my babies, but I'm tired of them going through stuff. Ain't you? Let's make a change today. Fathers, mothers, grandmothers, whoever is taking care of these babies. Let's get in there and do it. I love you.